Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Prakam Marutran. Today I am going to present in front of you to give my presentation. The topic of my presentation is analysis of self-help groups of Haryana. The data has been taken from data.gov.in and of the financial year 2023-2024. So the first question that must be arising in your mind is what are SHGs? What are self-help groups? Self-help groups are informal groups that usually consist of 10 to 20 members. These are majority present in rural areas. What they do is they promote savings, credit access, and social empowerment. They also foster entrepreneurship, literacy, health, and livelihoods. They are very important for the development of rural India. I have already mentioned that I have data that has been taken is data taken from data.gov.in, and approx there are 4 to 6,000 columns, 6,000 rows present in it, and approx 22 columns were all present in it. And according to the need of the data, I have added 4 columns additionally. So overall, there are 3,951 self-help groups that are present in Haryana, in villages of Haryana, and 52,000 members are 52,000 members are members that are present in all self-help groups of Haryana. So these are my 9 objectives that I have defined. The first objective is analyzing caste-wise member distribution, where according to the there are approx 4 categories. There are 4 categories. The first is general category, second is OBC category, third is SC category, fourth is ST category. Then we will identify villages with and without self-help group presence. Then the third objective is district with active members but without SHGs. The fourth objective is visualizing the SHG distribution across districts. Fifth is evaluating performance of district based on SHG coverage. Sixth is analyzing panchayat level SHG distribution. Seventh is village with active and inactive members. Eighth objective is SHG distribution across blocks, the top 5 districts, and the ninth is distribution of SHG count in active villages per district. The first objective, caste-wise number distribution. Here I was initially having 4 columns. The first one was having the count of members that are involved in self-help groups of the particular village. So by adding the all the entries of that particular column, I've created this chart. This chart is a bar chart that is representing 4 different categories. Scheduled caste is the most majority contributor in this self-help groups. Now, we will talk about villages with and without self-help groups. There are approximately 72% villages that are without SHG, without self-help groups. So it is very concerning thing that self-help groups are not present as they should be, and they are very important for the development of rural India. As we can see that inside it is present that a significant number of uncovered villages can indicate the need for awareness of programs. As we can see, the awareness that have been done till now is not that sufficient for the overall development of self-help groups. So we have to make new policies so that it can benefit the overall society. Now, this is one of the main objectives that I have identified while exploring through the data. While exploring through the data. So here you can see that there were villages that were having active members, but they were not having, but they were having zero self-help groups. So we can see that it can be the very main thing. It can be the main target that here why there are villages that are having members, but there are no self-help groups. So we can target those villages and make self-help groups so that the population that has been wastage can be utilized. Now, and this is the distribution of self-help groups. Majoritarily, in most villages, there are approximately 92% villages are having self-help groups between 0 to 2, and approx 5%, 6% villages are having self-help groups count between 3 to 5, and approx 1% are between 5 to 7 and 7 plus. These are the top 10 districts and bottom 10 districts in the state of Haryana. Fatehabad, Hisar, and Ambala are the top 3 districts that are according to the self-help groups count, and the Rohtak, Gurugram, and Palwal are the bottom three districts. Bottom three districts. These have this analysis helps us to determine what are the policies that are being followed in top 10 districts that can be to followed that can be taken and can be followed in the bottom 10 districts so that their performance can be increased. This is the distribution. This is the tree map that I have used for describing the top 20 panchayats. As you can see here, there are top 20 panchayats, and according to the self-help groups present in that panchayat, it representing the size of that box. Now, here you can see that there are 41% villages are having active members, and approximately 59% villages are not having active members. This is the distribution of top five district, the distribution of self-help groups across blocks of top five districts. Here we can see that here we can identify that blocks that are leading in SHG formation, those that may need more attention. High SHG consideration, as we can see that it can lead to certain blocks suggest that strong community engagement and successful implementation of SHG initiative. Here I have used box and whisker plot. This chart provides a statistical overview of self-help groups count according across active villages within each district. District with a wide spread and high air median demonstrate better SHG penetration among active villages. As we can see that Mahendragarh and New Mewat are the best performing districts according to the self-help groups count. Now, I am going to conclude. As we can see, the SHG promotes social inclusion, but gaps remain in coverage and activity. So, in future, we can create a dashboard for dynamic SHG monitoring according to the data that has been taken on the daily basis or monthly basis. We can modify the data. We can modify the dashboard, and according to the dashboard, that according to the data analysis and visualization, we can perform. We can make and we can make the policy that can benefit our society. And we can also make region-specific action plans as we identify according to the panchayat level distribution, block level distribution, and district level distribution. So these are the three important links of my profile. I have mentioned it, and I will let you go through it. This is the GitHub link, this is the dataset link, and this is the LinkedIn post. Thank you for your time. Now let me go through the report. This is the report format. I followed all the necessary formats that were mentioned. Uh, the overall text type is Times New Roman that was being mentioned by the teacher, and the overall size of the whole document is overall size of the text in whole document is 12. Here I mention all the necessary details that has been required. This is the table of content. It is having all the important headings, and according to the name or according to the headings, I have already mentioned those page numbers. Here, if you have any doubt, you can message me or call me. Here we can see that source data has been taken from data.gov.in. Actually, the data has been collected in the collected by Ministry of Rural Development under the DNRLM, where they stands for Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, and NRLM stands for National Rural Livelihood Mission. Hmm. There are approximately 6,000 entries that will be present in that, and these are the main columns that like village ID, SHG count, total members, caste wise distribution, SHG status, SHG ranks. There are also columns like LGT, LGT block, LGT districts, LGT district. So you could be thinking, what is LGT? LGT stands for Local Government Directory. These are block district wise administrative metadata. Actually, actually of these are the top nine objectives that I've already explained in that my PPT. And according to the each objective, I've mentioned the graph that I have created for each objective. According to data, these are the data analytics and insights that I have extracted while performing the data. Here we can see that caste by member analysis shows that SHGs are largely inclusive with strong participation. As we can that scheduled caste is the top majority contributor, following by OBC classes, and the ST classes is being at lowest. So it suggests that a potential gap that need to be focused to outreach. At conclusion, the study of cellular groups across Haryana has highlighted both achievements and opportunities in grassroots development. The analysis demonstrates that SHG has successfully fostered social inclusion, particularly among marginalized communities such as SC and OBC. The future scope can be integration with real-time dashboard, like, or we can make a predictive analysis. Applying machine learning algorithms, we can use ML algorithms to predict future SSG formation trends. And according to the analysis, we can make policies that can our benefit our overall society. These are the references I actually followed Python, C1, and Matplotlib official documents. Whenever I was getting any problem, I refer official documents. Now let me go through you the code. This is the code. First, I have transformed all the columns as actually it was the names of the column was not very good. So I transformed it so that it looks organized. And then all the changes I have been transferred. All the changes that I've made, I have transferred it back to the the data file. Here I have applied. Here SHG column was having the count of members, and according to the count of members, I have applied the formula and got the new column that is SHG status. That is having values such as with SHGs and without SHG. Here I have created another column that is SHG member status based on total members. If the members count is greater than zero, we can say that the village having active members, and if the count is equal to zero, we can say that members are inactive in that particular village. I've also created an SHG range. As you may be thinking, the range is very small, but actually the mostly villages are having zero to two self-help groups. So according to the data, I have created the ranges. So here I first I created a dictionary. It is having for each key. It was having a value. It was having the count of members, and after doing that, I created a bar chart. I have created sorry not bar chart. It is a column chart representing all the data. And this is the district with active members but not self-help groups. Actually, I have previously mentioned that I created two new columns, and based on those columns, I've extracted this data. This is the top 10 districts. As you can see, Fatehabad, Hisar, and Ambala are the top three districts. It is the figure size, and according to the help of C1 library, I've according to the help of C1 library, I've created this chart. And this is the SHG distribution of blocks, top five districts. And this chart is representing the distribution of villages with and without self-help groups. These are top 20 panchayat data. According to the self-help groups present in that particular panchayat, it is representing the size. And this is the distribution of self-help groups found according to the active villages per district. Here, here it is the box that you can see here. It is representing the interquartile region. That is set third quartile minus first quartile. Third quartile is representing top 75% data, and the first quartile is representing 25% data. Distribution of villages by SHG range. Here it is according to the I have created a new column SHG count according to the and each range is having the count of the villages that falls under that category. Here I have also analyzed all there are approx 3,900 self-help groups that are present in Haryana, and there are 52,000 self-help groups members present in Haryana. Average members in Haryana's e self-help group is about 13.18. and the average SHGs per village is about 0.75. As you can see here, that not every village is having self-help groups, so it is very concerning, and we should make policies so that each village is having at least one self-help group. And this is the by writing this code, I've extracted village which is a village which was having the highest members to SHG ratio. It is the very important. As we can see, Ugra Kheri of Panipat district is having the highest SHG is to highest members is to SHG ratio. Now let me go through the GitHub. This is my GitHub repository. Here I have made four commits and approx there are eight. Here I have made four commits in the history of for 3 to 4 weeks. In total, there are 8 stars overall. Now let me go through my LinkedIn post. This is the post. Here you can see that approx there are 93, 94 likes and approx 34 comments in my post. Here I have already mentioned that the respected sir Dr. Manpreet sir. So at the end, I am going to conclude my report. Thank you, sir.